Good evening, everyone. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome back to the journey of understanding human life, creating a fulfilling life. And this is a journey to elevate your inner awareness about human life, about your life. And yeah, before we get into the new lesson today, let's take some minutes to reflect on our experience today and see if we have any new lesson, any applicable takeaway, any realization, the answer for a long-standing inquiry. It's a time to spending time for activating our human brain, which can see good things in us, in others, in our futures, in others' future. And let me review a little bit about yesterday section. So yesterday we have discovered about three concepts, right? We have matter, we have space, we have new concept, new definition of time. And we know that some things is a matter when we resonate in the same frequency with that thing. And if we are not in the same frequency with that, it become a space to us. So it depends on if we can see it, we can feel it, or we can sense it, and it becomes a matter in our eyes. And happiness for some non-material values like happiness, inner peace, love, tolerance, and so on. So if we at the same, we resonate with their frequency, vibrational frequency, it becomes an object. It becomes a matter in our eyes. So we can see it, we can feel it, we can sense it, or we can recognize it. So that's what we have discussed yesterday. So if you want to have these, if you want those non-material values becomes a matter in your eyes, you need to elevate, you need to raise your vibrational frequency uh, to the same uh, their frequency, vibrational frequency. And yesterday we also have another concept of we have a new concept about time, and we know that time is not fixed. Is not fixed, and that this new definition gives us a gateway, a door to had a different experience. We can have a different experience when we look back in the past events, and we won't be stuck in those sufferings, incidents, And we understand that when we have the change in the vibrational frequency, so it allows us to experience different position in space. So that's why we can explain there are things that could be a very big deal, like big issues for you in the past, but now when you look back, it's just like an experience, nothing else. And you can learn some lessons from that for your growth, for your personal development. Because as of now, you have changed your vibrational frequency. So when we change our vibrational frequency, we jump to another time flow and we experience differently. Um, and there are two more concepts when we talk about time, uh, about the feeling and the values when we experience time with different vibrational frequency. And when we are at the low vibrational frequency, we feel that time has very slow, has slowly. And the value that we can create during that time is just a little, just a little. But when we are at the high vibrational frequency, the time pass very fast. We feel that it passed very fast, and the value that we can create during that time is a lot. So if you want to create um, more value and you want to enjoy it, the time that you spend for doing something, you want to work more effectively. Um, you need to raise your vibrational frequency to a high vibrational frequency. And today, today, well, uh, studies an operating principle of consciousness, and it will give you an idea how to raise your vibrational frequency. Of course, in the previous sections, we have mentioned a little bit about that, and you know how we can do that. But in this operating principle of consciousness, you can have a bigger view on that. So let's check it out. Thank you very much, everyone, for your presence. Thank you for your hearts. All right. Every day we experience life, and there are three areas that we are experiencing. First one, we experience human life. We experience physical worlds. And we also experience cosmology. Cosmology. So there are three areas that we're experiencing, and we also have knowledge or understandings in these three areas, and we have mentioned it in the beginnings, right? In the beginning, and in this journey to just explore about human life and physical worlds. You have learned it in school, and cosmology you can find the answer in it in religions or in some belief. And if you want to experience human life or physical world or cosmology, well, you need this factor vibrational frequency. Frequency. Okay. Vibrational frequency. Vibrational frequency. With and we have the low, high, and ultra high vibrational frequency. We have low, high, and ultra, super high, super high vibrational frequency. If you are ever read the book of David Hawkins, the book named Power versus Force. Power versus Force. So he mentioned about the vibrational frequency, and they have the letter. They have the letters to measure um, the vibrational frequency of the in each emotions, and from 200 upwards, that is the vibrational frequency of the positive emotions. And those who have the vibrational frequency above 200, they experience life with positive energy, with positive emotion, like happiness, like love, like joyfulness, and so on. And with the lower vibrational frequency, lower than 200, that persons has the same, like resonate with the negative emotion, like agony, insecurity, er, mm, insecurity, suffering, sadness, unhappiness, hatred, resentment, something like that. And when because vibrational frequency release is the product of the movement of the particles, right? And we know that it's about physics, quantum physics. If you have some concept about these areas, so you can understand it better. So each object each matter, everything in this physical world is formed by the um, particles, by the basic particles. If we divide something until we cannot divide it anymore, and we have those basic particles. So our bodies, any even the space, the wave around us that we cannot see it, also is made of the particles, the basic particles, and they always in the moving states. So by movement, they generate the vibrational frequency. So that's why there are the machines or something that it can measure our vibrational frequency. And it's anything resonates with each other. So it can see each other. If you are on a train, if you are on a train has 30 around 100 kilometer per hour, for example, with the speed 100 kilometers per hour, and another train on the same direction, but is 1,000, its speed is 1,000 kilometers per hour. We cannot see it because these two trains has different speeds. But if you on a train has the same speed with the other train, 1,000 kilometers per hour. So even it's very fast, a person on the ground cannot see these two trains, but you can see the other train because you are on the same speed with that train. With that train. Similarly, if you had this resonate with or you have the same vibrational frequency with something, you're able to see it. Able to see it. So why do you see this object? Because this is made from the material from the earth, right? So in our body, we have the earth elements. And we see water because in our body we also have water, and we feel happiness. So those emotions make the it just electromagnetic energies, and inside us we also have electronic electromagnetic energy from the human structures modules we have learned about that. So that's why we can feel those emotions. They made of it. It's just electromagnetic energy. So now the question is, if you want to experience good life, good human life, it means that you need to have the high vibrational frequency to ultra high or super high vibrational frequency. With the high vibrational frequency, you experience a good material life. And with the ultra high vibrational frequency, you experience a good spiritual life, non-material life. And the question is, how can I have the high to ultra high? High switch between high and ultra high vibrational frequency. Some people borrow the energies from outside external world, like there are some feng shui items. If anyone's story about that, like feng shui, that is the concept comes from China. And they believe that some things has the high or good energy, and they keep that items beside them, like some stones or colors. They choose some colors also give them good, like they believe that have the high vibrational frequency, or some items that they call feng shui items. So they borrow those items to bring a good vibrational frequency or a high vibrational frequency. But because they don't know about what we have discussed in the previous session, that inside every one of us, we already have the high and ultra high vibrational frequency. We just let it out. And if you remember about the truth and how to realize the truth from within, which is never changing, everlasting, and at a time that we borrow the hearing nature, the seeing nature, we hear and we know that we are hearing, we see and we know that we are seeing, no analyzing, no interpreting from the human nature layer, no reactions from the emotion layer. So at the times we have the balanced states. We have the balanced states. And we know when in the balanced state, the energies, there is no boundary for the energy. So it releases the ultra high frequency, vibrational frequency. And there are some frequency. There are something like the machine cannot measure the frequency of somebody, and they think that they are like the enlightened people, and they said that they have the ultra high frequency because the machine cannot measure it. So the vibrational frequency comes from within, which is in the state. In the state. That is the short form of inner electromagnetic states. And the negative inner state, so the negative inner state corresponds to the low vibrational frequency. And the positive inner state in the electronic magnetic state corresponds to the high vibrational frequency. And in the balanced state, balance states corresponds to the ultra high vibrational frequency. So when we are at balance state, our body releases the ultra high vibrational frequency. So inside any one of us, we have the ultra high vibrational frequency. But why when it's come out, it can be become turn into the low, release the low vibrational frequency or the high vibrational frequency, because of the acts of our human nature, it's analyzing and interpreting the message that comes to us. So is like barrier which stops the ultra heights frequency which release from the balance state within us. So that's why it's when we think, when we put our emotions in something, in on a message that comes to us, we are stopping the ultra high frequency release, and we decrease the vibrational frequency in ourselves. And with the positive inner state corresponds to the high vibrational frequency. And the gratitude, appreciation, gratitudes can give us the positive, the positive inner states, and it releases their high vibrational frequency. So we need to what we need to do here is maintain and keeps ourselves in between the positive inner state and balance inner state. So we have balance towards positive inner states so that we can have the high to ultra high vibrational frequency, and we can experience a good mhm, okay, a good material life and a good spiritual life. And I wonder if we have discussed about the blessings and merits. Let me check. Oh yes, yes, we have discussed about 3 units, right? And blessings represents for the positive particles, the positive energies within us. And merits represents for the balance particles, the balance units within us. And evil represents for the negative particles within us, negative units within us. And blessings can help us to have um, has the role that make us to have their good material life, and merit can help us to awaken our wisdom and experience a good spiritual life, while the deep evil make us experience a bad experience in life. So that's why we need to accumulate lesson and merits in the previous sections when we have discussed about blessing and merit, we have we have learned how to accumulate blessings, how to accumulate merits, right? And for us to have to maintain in the balance towards positive inner state, we need to accumulate more blessing and merits. We need to accumulate more blessing and merits. So we need blessings, we need merits. And for at the same time, to maintain in the balanced state to the positive state, we need to, when we face anything that it could be a bad news to you, a negative message. So you need to face it with, you need to realize the truth from within. Use the hero nature, the seeing nature to accept the message so that you can have the balanced state, which activates the inner emptiness. The inner emptiness, inner peace follows. And at a time when you have the idea that you want to learn from that incident, from that event or that situation, so some lessons pop up into your mind, and you have the gratitude, you have the appreciation, gratitude for the lesson that you have learned. So it generates the positive energies from that appreciation, gratitude. So that's how we can maintain our inner state in the balance to positive mode. And which generates our inner state? Which generates our inner state? It comes from our inner awareness. Our inner awareness. It comes from our inner awareness. So when we have the inner awareness from the root cause formula of life, from the root cause formula of life, if anyone has elevated your inner awareness, that everything starts, begins, everything is from us. Everything that we experience from us. The root cause is from us. The root cause of our lives is from us. And everything begins from the results of our mental images. Everything begins from the result of our mental images. If you have that inner awareness, you have raised your inner awareness to level 2. So we will discuss about the the levels of inner awareness are in the wisdom section. But when you have raised your or elevated your inner awareness up to a level 2, it means that you know that everything in your life is the root cause of your life is from you. The root cause of your life is from you, but it's not your fault. But remember, it's not your fault. So you have raised your inner awareness up to level 2, and it generates the inner state, positive inner states. And when you raise your inner awareness up to level 3, which means that you realize the truth from within, um, you hear and you know that you are hearing, you see and you know that you are seeing. So it's generate the balance state. It generates the balance state. It will generate the balance state, which release the ultra high vibrational frequency, which generates release the ultra high vibrational frequency. And when you face something at first, if it's a good experience, be grateful for that, and of course for those energies, appreciation, gratitude, tolerance, or inner peace, we will discuss in the wisdom section. But here, beforehand, just mentions about this energy to know that they have the positive, they will help us to have the positive inner state and balanced inner states, so which can release the high to ultra high vibrational frequency to have us have the good material life and the good spiritual life. And we have the vibrational frequencies from release from the inner state. And we know that in human structures, we have 3 layers of inner beings, and we have 1 layer from the body, the human body, the 4 element body. If we can have the support from our bodies, so it will be better. They are complementary. Um, and if you remember that our body our body has 4 elements: earth, water, air, and fire, right? And the inner states give us the energy, which is electromagnetic energy. So the rest 4 elements: earth, water, chi, air, if we can make use of that, it could help us um, to have the better vibrational frequency. So that's why when you have the good body, I mean a healthy body, it supports your mental health, right? And your mental health also it supports your physical health, so they are complementary. Um, and in the previous sections, we have discussed a little bit about the earth. We need to know which nutrients you need to provide for your body. Um, and we need not only provides the enough quantity nutrients, but also quality. I mean, the amount of the nutrients that you need to provide for yourself. Like in a meal, you need to have proteins, for example, protein, um, lipids, and what else? And something we call that glucose. So it generates the energies for the body, and we also need to provide vitamins and minerals. So we need to study about that to provide enough nutrients for our bodies function well. And about the water, we need to know every day how much water the body have to consume. The body consumes, and there is a formula that we can take our weight multiplied with 400. So we have the milliliter of the words. We have the amount of milliliters of words to the body need to take every day. For example, I'm 40. Let's check. Um, 45, 45 kilograms. So the unit is kilogram multiplied 400, and I have sorry, 445 multiplied for multiply 40, everybody, 40. And we have 1 liter, 1.8 liter of waters that I need to provide for my body. And the water is not just only the water from uh, the water that you drink, but it's also from the soup that you have every day, and from some other activities, not just only from what you drink. So talk about words. In my bodies needs water right now. And the weight you provide water is also very important. Mm, my health teacher said that when you wake up in the morning, um, um, you can have 250. You can have a cup of water with 250 um, milliliter milliliters, and right 30 minutes before your meal, you can have 250 milliliters, and after the meal you can have another 250 milliliters. And before going to bath, you need to provide your body with 200 a cup of water, around 250 milliliters. Why? It's because your body will be familiar with that temperature of water, so there will be no temperature shocks. is really helpful for to keep the warmness of the body. Is related to the air element in the body. And before going to bed, 30 minutes, you can have 250 milliliters. So it will make your body hydrate while you sleep, because during that time your body works as the cleaners of the body. It detoxifies, release the garbage within us in us. So we need that amount of water before sleeping, around 30 minutes. So let's say if one day you have 3 meals, so before and after your meals 30 minutes, you have around 500 milliliters of water. So 3 meals you have consumed 1.5 liters of water. And when you wake up, we have another 250 milliliters. And before going to sleep, you have another 250 milliliters. So in sum, you have 2 liters already. And right before take a bath, so you have another 250 milliliters. So it depends on the amount of water that you need to take every day, and you can divide it into these activities equally. And even when you take a shower, you need to know how to take a shower properly to keep the fire element in your body in balanced states. There is a video that I have learned from my teachers how to take a bath properly. When you take a bath, you need to just keep the words in your mouth for a while, and then we have some instructions to take a bath properly to keep the temperatures in your body's balance. So there are things that we need to learn to even take a bath. About the air, so in previous sessions I also introduced um, something about the air, how can we have the free flow inside us. And if there's free flows, there's no sickness. If there's no free flow, there's sickness. And the fire, or the fire element in the body, we need to keep the body warmed all the time. And if you can wear the socks all the time, it will make your body warm. And there are some like heat mats that can keep when you sleep, you can place on your abdomen to keep the livers warm. Liver is an organ that not only keep the blood, but there are bloods that walk through the livers and goes to other areas in your bodies. So if your liver is warm, so most of your bodies can be warm, because the blood goes through the livers and go to other places. So again, if you can't maintain 4 elements in your body in the good state, so you have the healthy body. Your healthy body can also release the high vibrational frequency. And with the balanced states and positive inner states can help you to have the high vibrational frequency so that you can have a good material and spiritual life. Here we have the body. Somebody use feng shui items. It's nothing right or wrong to use feng shui items, but we need if there is no those items, so how can't we have the high to ultra high vibrational frequency? So we should not be dependable on these items too much because inside us we have a high to ultra high vibrational frequency already. We just know how to do that. You know, now we know how to have such high and ultra high vibrational frequency from within. So focus on accumulating blessing and merits and keep the inner peace, keep the appreciation, gratitude, keep the tolerance. These three states are also the energies of wisdom, and they also can keep us the positive and balanced states. All right. So this is the operating principle of consciousness. Of consciousness. And when we talk about consciousness, we have two concepts of, when we talk about inner awareness, we have inner awareness. Inner awareness. There are three scenarios of our inner awareness. First one is we don't have that inner awareness yet. Inner awareness yet. So we have that inner awareness. And we have We have that awareness fully. Have fully, fully. We have that awareness fully. So so there are three scenarios about the our inner awareness. For example, the awareness that everything begins from the root cause of our lives is from us, from ourselves. If um, if you have that inner awareness, so you have the reality, you have the results that because you have that awareness. So if you want to change your life, you just change your inner awareness. And there is one advice. If there is such inner awareness, awareness, there is such reality, reality. If there is such inner awareness, there is such reality. If you have that inner awareness, you have the responsive, respective reality. If you have the inner awareness that the root cause of your life is from you, so you will go back and to change the your root cause so that you can change your life. And from the root cause formula of light, we know that everything begins from our result, from the results of our mental images. So if you want to change you have different reality, you need to change your mental images. And we know that our mental images comes from what we hear, what we see, what we say, what we know daily, on the daily basis. And if you want to change your your mental images, you need to change what you know so that you can change what you say and limit what you hear and what you see in the areas that's related to the desires, your desirable reality, your desirable results. If you want to be happy, so you need to limit yourself in what you hear and what you see is only is about happiness, the reality of happiness, and what is not related to that subject. Don't believe in it. Don't hear and see it. And just change what you know instead of listen to a very sad, unhappy stories. Just listen to the happy stories, listen to the happy realities. Anything is also just surround the happiness topics. So you change what you know You change what you know so that you can change what you say. So by changing what you know, what you say, and limit your what you hear and what you see around the topics that related to your desire. So you can change your mental images and change your life. And so when you have that inner awareness, it means that you resonate, or you have the inner states, balance towards positive, balance towards positive, or in other words, you resonate with the frequency. If you resonate with the vibrational frequency of that reality, so that you have that reality. So that is the idea about having that inner awareness. And when you don't have that inner awareness, or you haven't had that inner awareness yet, so you don't have that reality, you haven't had that reality yet. So when you want something but you don't have it, it means that um, you have no such inner awareness. The inner awareness that can give you that reality. And for having the inner awareness fully, if you have that inner awareness fully, it means that you have um, concepts, and you have the mental images. You have you have the concept about that inner awareness, and you also have the image. You have the concepts. You have the source concepts. These are the concept or the source concepts um, we will learn about this concept, the source concepts or the concepts here in the following in the upcoming sections. This might be 2 or 3 comment sections. And we have the vivid, clear image. So that's why you can have that reality If you have that inner awareness fully, you have the you have that reality consistently. You have that reality consistently. And we also have the balance towards positive inner states. So that is the definition of having the inner awareness fully. Um, to have a reality, to have a reality, so you need to have the inner awareness about that reality. The inner awareness about that reality at first is come from you need to have the balance towards positive inner state. So when you think about that reality, inside you know that you have the balance inner state or you have positive inner state. It means that you feel good about that. So it means that you have that inner awareness and you have the respective reality. But have you ever have some things, but then after a while you lost it. You lost that reality. It disappeared because, and if you want to keep it for a long time or maintain it consistently, so you need to have that the inner awareness fully. It means that you need to have the clear concepts. You have the very clear concept, source concept about that reality. You need a clear and vivid image about that reality. And when we mention about that reality, you have the balance towards positive inner states. So with these three factors, it means that it indicates that you have that inner awareness fully, so you can keep that realities consistently. So we have full awareness. Creates a lasting reality. Full awareness creates a lasting reality. So this is a gift that I want to share, give everyone today. And if you want to have full awareness about something, full inner awareness about something, you need to have the clear source concepts about that. You have enough and clear source concepts about that reality. You need to have the beautiful, vivid image about that reality. And when you mention about that reality, you need to have the balance towards positive inner states about that reality. So it indicates that you have the full inner awareness about that reality, and the full inner awareness creates a lasting reality. An inner awareness creates a reality, but full inner awareness creates a lasting reality. And that is all for today. Thank you very much, everyone. Today we have explored about the operating principle of our consciousness, and we know that if we want to have a good material life and good spiritual life, we need to have the high to ultra high vibrational frequency. And where is it? Here. And to have the high to ultra high vibrational frequency, we need to have the positive the we need to have balance towards positive inner states. And to have the balance towards positive inner states, we need to accumulate blessing and merit. Blessing represents for the positive particles within us. Merit represents for the balanced particles within us. And in the previous sessions, we have learned how to accumulate blessing and merit, right? And we also need to know that inner awareness comes from our inner awareness. So our inner awareness state decides our inner states. And there are three modes, states of inner awareness. We have we when we don't have that inner awareness, so we don't have that reality. When we have the inner awareness about that reality, it means that when we mention about that reality, we have the balance towards positive states about that reality. So it means that we have that reality. But it won't last. It won't last for a long time if we don't have the full inner awareness about that reality. So to have us have the full inner awareness about that reality, we need to have the um, clear and enough source concepts about that reality we need, and the source concepts we will know more about the source concepts in the upcoming sections. And we need the clear, vivid, beautiful image about the that reality. And when we mention about that reality, we need to have the balance towards positive states. So with these three um, requirements, we have the full inner awareness. And full inner awareness creates a lasting reality. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. And thank you for your patience on the path, discovering yourself. And you can understand the peoples around you as well, so that you can create your fulfilling life by understanding the root cause of your life. So that's all for today. And uh, see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Good night, everyone.